Trump strikes hard. Canada, EU, and Australia could face immediate sanctions over Palestine. On September 21st, 2025, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney announced that Canada officially recognizes the State of Palestine. This decision aligns Canada with over 140 United Nations members who have previously taken similar steps. Carney emphasized that this recognition supports peaceful coexistence between Israelis and Palestinians and empowers efforts to end the influence of Hamas without legitimizing terrorism. He stated that the Palestinian Authority committed to key reforms, including holding general elections in 2026 from which Hamas will be excluded, and pledged to demilitarize the Palestinian state. Following Canada's lead, the United Kingdom and Australia also recognized Palestine as a state. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese revealed his intention to formally meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, signaling a significant shift in Australia's foreign policy. Albanese emphasized the importance of upholding international laws, human rights, and national sovereignty. He condemned global threats posed by dictators, tyrants, oppressive regimes, and states using technology to undermine democracies. Making a strong case for Australia's bid for a UN Security Council seat in 2029-30, he directly criticized Iran for its involvement in attacks on Australia's Jewish community, reaffirming a zero-tolerance stance on anti-Semitism. He also denounced Russia's invasion of Ukraine, reiterating Australia's support for Ukrainian sovereignty and its alignment with global partners to achieve peace. Albanese reaffirmed Australia's commitment to the UN Charter and highlighted the urgency of peace efforts in the Middle East, advocating for a two-state solution and calling for a ceasefire, aid delivery, and exclusion of Hamas from Gaza's future. President Donald Trump swiftly condemned these moves, arguing that recognizing a Palestinian state rewards Hamas and undermines efforts to free hostages held in Gaza. He warned that such recognition could embolden Hamas and prolong the conflict. Trump's administration reaffirmed its unwavering support for Israel, stating that the U.S. would not tolerate actions that could destabilize the region or compromise Israeli security. In response to these developments, President Trump has threatened to impose sanctions on countries that recognize Palestine. These sanctions could target key sectors such as trade, defense, and technology, potentially crippling the economies of the affected nations. The U.S. has significant leverage in these areas, and its willingness to use this power underscores the seriousness of the threat. The international community has been sharply divided in its response to Canada, the EU, and Australia recognizing Palestine. Many nations view this move as a constructive step toward a viable two-state solution, emphasizing the importance of advancing peace and dialogue between Israelis and Palestinians. However, other countries have voiced serious concerns about potential destabilization in the already fragile Middle East. European leaders are urging a cautious, balanced approach, advocating meaningful negotiations, while the U.S. threat of sanctions has created tension and widened divisions even among traditional allies, complicating diplomacy. The looming threat of U.S. sanctions has triggered significant apprehension in global financial markets. Economies of countries facing potential penalties could experience severe consequences, including currency devaluation, declining stock markets, and reduced foreign investment. Given the highly interconnected nature of the modern global economy, these sanctions could create ripple effects, disrupting trade flows, supply chains, and international business confidence. Investors and governments are closely monitoring the situation, fearing that even limited sanctions could have far-reaching, destabilizing economic impacts worldwide. Amidst the escalating political turmoil in the region, the humanitarian situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate at an alarming pace. The ongoing conflict has caused a significant loss of life, with countless civilians, including women and children, caught in the crossfire. Displacement has reached unprecedented levels, straining already limited resources such as food, water, and medical supplies. International organizations and humanitarian groups are urgently calling for immediate action, including a ceasefire and the rapid delivery of aid, to prevent further suffering among the Palestinian population, yet access remains heavily restricted. As events continue to unfold in the region, the international community finds itself at a critical juncture, facing decisions with far-reaching consequences. The coming weeks will play a pivotal role in shaping not only the future of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but also the stability of the broader Middle East. Diplomatic efforts, peace negotiations, and the willingness of all parties to engage in meaningful dialogue are more urgent than ever. Achieving a resolution that safeguards human rights and recognizes the aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians remains essential to preventing long-term instability. President Donald Trump's recent warning to Canada, the European Union, and Australia represents a notable escalation in global geopolitics. By threatening sanctions, this warning highlights the high stakes involved and the intricate challenges faced in international diplomacy. Countries now must carefully navigate a complex web of political alliances, economic considerations, and strategic interests. While tensions rise, there remains hope that constructive dialogue, negotiation, and compromise will take precedence over confrontation, offering a path forward that prioritizes diplomacy and cooperation rather than division, conflict, and escalating hostility. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for latest updates.